Rick or Mark?
Just there was a public comment, and I would be interested in knowing it, like a yes or no answer, if you thought you would have time to actually produce a before and after guide as far as the CAO implementation. Is that not going to happen? I know you did something at some time, but I don't.
So what I did, I'm happy to do whatever you want. It's just a matter of time. I generally have about twice as many things on my plate as time to do it, so everything gets prioritized.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of what do you want me to stop doing to make time for that. What I did before the ordinance was adopted was more of a general analysis of this is what our code does now. These are issues with our code. This is how we propose to fix it and why we did it this way. It wasn't a line by line. This is what we have. This is what's what's got adopted, and this is why. It would end. One of the when I was looking at how much time it would take to do that, I was thinking probably about 40 hours if I didn't have anything else to do, and it would end up being a pretty hefty document. Which I'm not sure people want another big document to read. But like I said, I'm happy to do whatever you want me to do. We just have to figure out how the priorities.
The implementation date gets pushed back, for example, let's say till March. Mm-hmm. Would that free up any time?
Well, I'm sure somewhere in there. Once we get into the growth board appeals, first I'm going to be busy helping with the defense. And then there will be a little window while we're waiting for the growth board decision. And then once we get the growth board decision, then I'm going to be busy trying to get all of the ordinances back through the process, through the Planning Commission and the Council to make whatever changes the Growth Board says we need to make. So there'll be a little window in there after the Growth Board decision, or before the Growth Board decision, after the hearing, before the Growth Board decision. So that's July.
Maybe, I could come up with, you could come up with, a group of us could come up with what we thought were, the number of differences. And so, like you said, going through the whole thing would produce another telephone book. So maybe we can say, okay, Shireene, give us the 20 major differences, and at least that would be something. And it would reduce your workload. So maybe we could kind of compromise on this as some. And, I would go back and try to find out the areas that we would want clarification so that you would have a pretty clear directive of what to look for. And then I would present it, the council would present it, or however that works. And you could say, hey, maybe I can do this in 20 hours or something like that. But I would like to research that and go down that route and present it to you to see if indeed we can at least get some sort of document. And, of course, then comes the September 9th date, and they may change the whole thing, but at least we'll have something which I think will help satisfy a lot of people.
Can I just...
It didn't take me 40 hours, but it did take a substantial amount of time. I did the general sections, the wetland section, the geologically hazardous, and the frequently flooded. So I'd encourage you to look at those documents.
Oh, I thought you lost them.
No, well, we have hard copies. It was distributed at one of our meetings, and
okay.
I had done the vast majority of the fish and wildlife.
But it
great. Crashed partway through that. So and the fish and wildlife is a pretty complex comparison. So, if everybody wants to look at those documents, and if it's worth completing it, then I would consider trying to do that or give it to Shireene and let her finish it. But I don't want to spend any more time on it if there's not a value, because it is a lot of work, and
there's value. It's once again the remnants of the old council. You guys know this inside and out, and I've read it a couple of times, and it's still, I can't cite it chapter and verse. The public can do that much less. So I think there is value in it.
Well, I'm happy to distribute it, and if you guys think it's a meaningful tool, then we can make it available out there for everyone.
Okay, I would appreciate that. Thank you, Councilperson Miller.
You're welcome. I had a couple